Okay, so now I'm going to show you what to do with all those measurements that you just took. So here you've got all your measurements, and here you've got your ease column, and we're going to add in the ease that we need for the pattern. For this one I'm using 1/2 inch. For the bust and the waist, I'm not adding any ease whatsoever to any of the vertical measurements. Then I add the measurement plus the ease, gives me the total. Then I divide by any number that's in the divide by column, and I get the final measurement. So you'll notice that none of the vertical measurements get divided. Those are all whole measurements, but the horizontal ones, because they go all the way around the body, need to be divided by 4 if they're like the bust and the waist and the hips, but for shoulders they're only be divided by 1/2. We're creating a 1/4 of a pattern. So this is what the finished pattern will look like. You'll see here's the front. We're creating 1/4, 1/2 of the front. And then we're creating 1/2 of the back. So to do pattern drafting, you use some basic simple tools. First off, you need some paper. This is brown builder's paper. I get this from the hardware store like Home Depot or Lowe's. You can get a nice big roll of it for pretty cheap. I think this one ran me like $8 or $9. You can also use brown package paper. That works very, very well. You also need an L-square. This is a builder's L-square. You can get it in the tool section by the hammers and the measuring tapes. It's a lot cheaper than a tailor's L-square and easier to find. You also need, most importantly, a pencil for drafting with, and an eraser, and a ballpoint pen. And then you'll need a measuring tape or a little quilter's gauge. So you can add in the seam allowances. Now for drafting today I'm going to be using a felt tip marker so that you can see it on camera, because pencil just does not show up at all well on brown paper on camera. So, but for when you do the drafting you'll want to use a pencil because the marker is just too wide for final patterns. So you have nothing to fear. There's only cheap paper is what you can play around with. Get yourself some cheap fabric like an old sheet or some cheap fabric you can find at the thrift store to do mock-ups with. Nothing to fear, nothing to worry about. This is fun. Trust me, you'll have a great time.